Hi, my name is Chris Buckingham, and I'm a member here at FUMC Bernie.
And my name is Bob Dibble. I'm a member here at First United Methodist Church here in Bernie as well. Today we're here to talk about service, and Chris and I go back to early 2000 working together when he was running what's called the housing repair team here in Bernie. Today we still work together, believe it or not, as part of members of the Golfers for Others, where we both serve in a leadership position and also in evaluating projects. We also build a lot of ramps for people that have need of those through an organization called Texas Ramp Projects. And we also serve as members of UMCOR, where we serve on a team called the Early Response Team and respond to disasters throughout the state of Texas.
In addition, I serve with Hill Country Daily Bread as a Stand By Me mentoring program for high school and middle school youth. And Bob, you do work with them as well.
Yes, and as part of that, we have an organization called Heart to Heart. It's actually one of the missions of our church, and we work where we support 25 to 30 families at any one time here in Bernie by delivering food and also offering mentorship and support to those individual families that need that support. Anytime I go on a mission trip or go out in service, I try to preach to folks that are with me that you need to learn patience and flexibility. Well, we were on a trip to Guatemala, second trip down, and things went pretty well. We got to out into the mission field, and then we discovered that we had failed to make some appropriate connections, and all of a sudden some of the work we were going to do wasn't available. And so our host scrambled and got us an opportunity to meet with a women's shelter. And it was kind of a different experience, I think, for all of us. And it turned out it was all women on that particular phase of the trip, and myself. And so we went off to this women's shelter, and it was really a blessing, and it was just a great day. I was invited in, which surprised me because of the type of nature of the shelter. But our ladies fit right in with the group that was there. They did projects all day, and there was laughing and singing, and it turned into a real joyous occasion. And I think when I came back from that experience, I thought to myself, it's amazing that there we are in a foreign country, thousands of miles away, working in a women's shelter, and found out that those folks have the same issues, the same problems, the same concerns, same God that we have. So it turned into a very joyous experience for me and for all the people involved. So again, if you're out in the service field, be flexible, and God will take care of you.
Some people ask us why we do service. I guess I was raised in a Christian family and became a Christian at a young age, and service was just something that I always did. When my stepfather told me one time that service activities are what make the world work. And so I think it's important for all of us to figure out what we can do to help make the world work.
I would agree with that, Chris. I was a little bit of a late bloomer, did a little bit of service work earlier in life, but after I joined the church here and learned about a purpose-driven life, I found that it opened up opportunities that I really had never envisioned, and that was the opportunity to really get out into the community and help people through service. So this church and through the various programs that we have really opened up that opportunity.
I guess there's several stories I could tell about what keeps me motivated to stay in the mission field. But I always come back to the same story, and it was the very first house that we worked on with the housing repair team that Bob mentioned earlier. This lady and her adult son, who was handicapped, lived in a very tough house. It had water leaks all over the place, a tub that hadn't worked for a couple of years, and there was a shell of a house that started next door, and it hadn't been worked on for 10 years. So we went in and finished that house, and when we finished, we had a couple ladies that did the decorating, and they came in and put in curtains and all. In the bathroom, they, as you can imagine, on the towel bar, put a very nicely folded 2 towels and very nicely folded hand towels, and on top of that, very nicely folded washcloths. Well, a couple weeks went by after they moved in, and we were going to go back into a house blessing. And I talked to the homeowner and asked her if everything was okay, and she said that towel bar was starting to come down. So I went one day with a tool that I thought was going to fix it, and I noticed that when I walked in that the towels were folded exactly like we had left them. Well, it turns out that I didn't have the right tools, and I made a mental note that when I came back I was going to talk to her about it's okay to use those towels. Well, I went back the next time, and they were folded exactly like they had been before, and I needed to take them off in order to fix the towel bar. They were wet. They had just been used. They were so proud of what we gave them that they folded them back exactly like they got them. They really cared about what we gave them. So the question is, why should you serve?
I think it's important to serve because we are the hands and feet of Christ. It gives us an opportunity to reach out and help people that are in need and really show the love of Christ to everybody in the community.
So we hope that you'll figure out what your spiritual gifts are, so how you can help the community and the church. It seems like there's never enough volunteers, and that we're sure that you'll be blessed beyond belief.